Hi everybody, this is Lynn from Creative Concept Crafts with this week's release, and it's our Starlight Centre Stepper card. I've taken the liberty of pre-cutting the base card. I've gone round all the edges on the edge of the scoreboard, which is my preferred thing to do, so that the mats and layers line up nicely. Make sure that your stepper card at this stage is well burnished down. Try and take as much spring out of it as you can, and you'll find it will hold up once you start to build the mats and layers. I've already cut out the mats and layers, and because of the design involved, it's quite an intricate one. I've pre-glued all except for one of them. You've seen one, you've seen them all, as the saying goes. Okay, so that's where they're all going to sit. And I've just, as I said, just the last one to be glued. So because I'm gluing onto a mirror card, I'm using the silicone glue. So I'm just going round the edge of the piece, and then I'm just going to dot onto the points of the stars. So I'm just speeding it up. So that you're not bored waiting for it to finish it. So I'm lining up. The edge of the mat fits inside the edge of the burnished edge of your mat below, which is why I do the burnishing around the edges of all the mats and the edges of the card. Okay, so that one's ready to go, and now we're ready to start matting the cards together. So back to the ordinary PVA glue this time, and for this card I've used the linen cardstock for the base, which is about a 270. I've used the Hunky Dory Rainbow Mirror for the mat, and it's the linen cardstock that I've used on the Starlight decorative mats. I will say, set your mat to start cutting for the decorative mat, and I'd say go and have a cup of tea, because it's quite a while to cut it, but the detail in it is so pretty. It's worth it when it's done. I really liked it. Okay, so that's the first piece in place. I've done the bottom piece first. Now I'm going to take the largest piece, and again I'm just going to speed up through the matting, because you've seen one mat, you've seen them all. Just make sure that each little piece is burnished down well. Okay, so just continuing through with the rest of the mats here. Always burnish down between each section. Now at this stage you could just add a sentiment or something on the front of it, because that's the actual base card completed, and as it's quite decorative as it is, it doesn't need an awful lot. But with the stars, I thought, I know what would look really nice: my starburst flowers. So I've got 3 of the starburst flowers here, sentiment from the general sentiment bundle. So I'm going to be gluing 1 or 2 of the little flowers into position. It's just deciding where you want them to go, and hot glue into position. So just push down once you're happy with the positioning, and when I'm adding flowers together like this, I usually just push the petals inside of one another. Okay, and just adding 1 or 2 of the little leaves. That's the decoration complete. Doesn't it look pretty? And just the sentiment to add now. I've just added a couple of mil of foam pads onto the back, and as always I'm adding at a jaunty angle on the bottom, and that's the card complete. What I have done for a change here, instead of doing a box, I've actually created an envelope box. I'm just adding 1 or 2 little gems here to finish off in between the stars. But I was saying I've created an envelope box which is 1/4 of an inch deep, and you'll see in a couple of minutes that it fits beautifully into the envelope. If there's any high depth on flowers, you won't get it in, you'd need a box, but for this particular one, it fits beautifully. And I've created the design which is exactly the same as the Starlight on the card. And as I said, it's 1/4 of an inch deep. I've made it in the same cardstock as the base of the card, so it's the linen cardstock, so it's a nice firm box, and with the extra added little layer on the flap, again it's just adding that little bit more weight. So there is our Starlight Centre Stepper card. Hope you've enjoyed it. That's all. Bye until the next time.